Millions watched the Squid Game. It became a global phenomenon. Headlines, memes, conversations, debates. For months, it felt like the entire planet was talking about it. And yet, some people never watched a single episode. Not because they didn't have time. Not because they missed the hype. They simply didn't care. So what does psychology say about people who don't watch the biggest cultural moments? Not out of ignorance, but by choice? Let's break down the mindset behind those who stay outside the global buzz. Point 1. They don't chase social currency. For many, watching popular series isn't about entertainment. It's about social belonging. You watch so you can talk about it, post about it, be in it. But people who genuinely didn't watch the Squid Game often don't seek social rewards. They're not motivated by cultural fear of missing out. Psychologists call this low social conformity. They don't alter behavior just to fit a collective experience. To them, hype is not a signal to join, but a reason to pause and ask, do I actually want this? Point 2. A selective mind, not a passive one. When culture moves, many follow without question. Everyone's watching it, so I will too. But people who opt out have high cognitive autonomy. They choose based on internal interest, not mass momentum. They don't consume content reactively. They curate deliberately. Some psychologists describe this behavioral trait as self-directed identity. Entertainment doesn't define them. Curiosity does. If something doesn't align with their taste, energy, or values, hype isn't enough to convince them. Point 3. Emotional stability and boundary awareness. Hype often feeds emotional appetite, excitement, belonging, stimulation. But some people don't need external novelty to feel engaged with life. They're grounded, internally fueled, and comfortable not participating. They also pick media consciously, aware of overstimulation, emotional fatigue, or simply not wanting to absorb intense themes. Refusing isn't apathy, it's emotional self-regulation. They protect their mind rather than feed it everything the world throws at them. Point 4. Deep interest over collective trends. Some people simply have their own intellectual world. Books they love, hobbies, passions, long-term shows, personal curiosities. When others chase what's new, they keep nurturing what matters to them. This is linked to intrinsic motivation. They're driven by what feels meaningful, not what's advertised. Trend-resistant individuals don't choose content to belong. They choose it to grow, reflect, or simply enjoy depth instead of noise. To them, the world isn't measured by what's trending. It's measured by what feels real. Point 5. Independence from cultural validation. Not watching the Squid Game isn't rebellion. It's quiet sovereignty. In psychology, this aligns with self-determination theory, autonomy, competence, inner satisfaction. They don't need to prove they're cultured, updated, or aware. They are comfortable missing things others rush toward. And here's the irony. The people least afraid of missing out rarely feel like they missed anything at all. Conclusion. So the next time someone proudly says, "No, I never watched it," don't assume they're out of touch or uninterested in life. Some minds just don't need the noise to feel alive. Some identities aren't shaped by trends. And sometimes, not watching the biggest show in the world is a quiet expression of freedom. If you love exploring the psychology of quiet independence, curiosity, and unconventional minds, hit subscribe. Because here, we don't just follow culture, we understand the minds that move around it and beyond it.